next project, which I'm going to make two, and I'll actually film these and I'll speed it up for you, but I'm actually making two more jewellery boxes, totally different type. The concept is, as you can see, it's totally recycled timber. They're all different grades, all different grains in them, but they're all recycled timber. That's recycled. That's actually a piece of pine, but I'm going to do something really different this time. If you can work out the concept of the box, will be seated. Move these. The box is going to be actually the base of it, as such, off the ground. Sorry, it's hard for you to see that. I'll pull this out a little bit more so you can actually see it. So the base is actually going to be off the ground, and the two ends, these edges here, will be I'm going to use the router on these. These have already got a bevel, as you can see, but I'm going to round those off with the router, round the front edges and the back edge. The base, as I said, will sit off the ground as such. The sides will then go in around about there, so you've got the front looking with a small gap at the front, and the lid will then be a I'll probably put a flat lid as well, flat lid on top, which I haven't done as yet, because what I'm going to do with the lid, I'll keep these, the ends are going to be dark, so I'll do them in I'll stain these. So this wood here will be something like a dark oak. I've got an aged oak there, so I'll do it really dark, a dark oak. These will be, as you can see, they're already light. So what I'm going to do with these is just lighten them up a bit. I might make them teak, and with the top I plan to, which like I said I haven't done, I've done this. The sides are all here, so the sides will go up as such, like that. The top will be just below the top here, below that edge, the same distance as what I've done there. So if you can see that mark there, which I've just penciled in, I will do the same at the top. So you've got that. So you've got a gap on the side and you've got a gap on the top. Now what I'm going to do with the top is that I have this beautiful piece of blackwood here somewhere, bear with me, but it's going to be the top. For example, if we say that this is the top here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to implant a piece. I think it's I'm only guessing, so I haven't seen it for a while. I've put it away. It's an expensive piece of timber. I think it's pure blackwood. But what I'm going to do is implant it in the top. So you've got a nice light top, you've got dark ends and a dark stripe going through the top. So that's my plan, something totally different. Hinges, I might put like a piano hinge, which is normally the brass. I'm not sure about the clasp. I've got the old clasps, but I'll probably get something else. So I'll look at that. But that's what it's going to be. So yes, two of those, and I will tape it all. I'm starting to get all the timber together, and it's no good having machines going and everything else. And yeah, so and I have to have the earmuffs, of course, which I have. So I've cut all this up now. Yeah, like I said, the only thing I haven't done is the top. So what I'm going to do with these is sand them all now, which is a heck of a job. because it's going to make a lot of dust. And the last pieces I just stained and sprayed. They're back inside the house, in a warm house, so hopefully they'll keep the dust out of them. Alright, so that's an update. I'll catch up with you again soon. Like, I'm pretty conscious with PPE, you have to be, even if you're doing it at home. I've got a fan going flat out there, so to try and get the dust out, but my car's sitting out there. It looks like Christmas out there at the moment with the amount of dust. Oh, I think I need a break. So you can see how much work goes into this, and this is only 2 boxes, and that's a rough sand. I've got the belt sander sitting here somewhere, there behind me. That's the new belt sander. So what I do is, once I get everything set up, I'll put a jig in like this again. I'll use the belt sander because that's a different grade. That's a really rough cut on a grinder, a grinder machine, the Azuto grinder machine, which is a sanding belt. A sanding disc, I should say, and then I'll go onto the sander belt, which goes one way, and it's just something that people, I notice, go across the grain, up the grains. When you're using a belt sander, the belt sander goes in one direction. You've got to make sure that you're actually not going against the grain on timber. If you're doing that, all you're doing is roughing up and you're getting burrs. So once you get timber on, and probably everybody knows this, but just in case you don't, if you're doing woodwork at home, when you feel the edge of a piece of timber and you know that you're going to get a splinter in your finger, and you can feel the grain and it's rough, and then all of a sudden it's smooth, well, the smooth part's obviously the way the grain's going. So you can feel it with your hand of which way the grain's going. So if the grain on this one, the grain's going that way, so you're going to use a belt sander going that way. I see so many people on YouTube using belt sanders, and they're doing this, and when you go to stain it or clear varnish it, what you see is scrape marks, and they're all little hairline scrape marks. Yeah, I just can't understand some people the way they do it. But the way in the trade is, if your grain's going that way, use your machine going that way, because your belt is going that way. So it's going to go with make sure it goes with the grain. So in this case, of course, it's that grain I've just turned around, it's going down. Your belt is going that way, so it goes down with the grain, not up. So yeah, it's just one of those little things that I see so many people making mistakes, and it's very frustrating. But, and a lot of them, I follow a lot on YouTube, renovating boats. That's my biggest thing. I love, I'm too old now, but in my younger days I would have loved to do what they're doing now, and renovating old ships and old boats. And I see it all the time. They're doing the finishing touches, and they just get a sander and all they're doing is sanding across and going this way and that way. It's just not on. It's not right. Alright, enough of that. I'm not going to tell people how to suck eggs. As the saying goes in Australia. Alright, so the dirty work's done. I've got the compressor going, so that's going to kick in a moment, which it normally does when I'm talking to you. And I'm going to clear all this out, and obviously I'll have to move the car now and dust all that down. Alright, so we'll catch you on the next move. Thank you. Okay, hi everyone. It's another 3 days later, I think, before I get out into the workshop, and we'll see how we go. The update was that the last time I was on, I sanded back those pieces for those other 2 boxes. Now I'm going to quickly, off camera, I won't do it on, but you see me sand them. I've got to resand them now. They've all been touched up and marks on them have been filled, so I'll do that. I'll probably put one box together. I'll quickly show you once I do the miter joints and everything else on the machines. I'll put them all together. I'll do that, but unfortunately I won't put the 2 boxes together, because the smaller box that if you follow my Facebook page, that sold within a day. A good friend of mine, and what I was asking for, thank you, he actually doubled once he saw it, so he doubled the figure, and I was very happy with that. I won't say no. So yeah, I got extra out of that one, and I appreciate it. And since then, he's a dear friend of mine, and he's now ordered a watch box. And the watch box, I've got the sizes here, so I'm going to go, I've got to get back onto this, because of course you know, friends come first, and people that buy things off me. So that's my very first jewelry box. I've still got the other little one here, right here, which is this this cute little jewelry box here. So that's still for sale, and that's only that's $20. So remember, if you want it, I can post it with Australia Post practically anywhere, and that's just $20 as it is. And yeah, I'll postage and handling would be extra, of course. I'll let you know what the postage and handling before I would expect you to pay. Alright, so that's that little burnt box, all recycled timber, same as what I'm putting together at the moment. So the next one is, as I said, it's something I should make actually. I'm probably a collector of watches now that I've got the digital watch, but I've got so many different watches inside, and maybe I should do the same. But he wants a watch box, so for all his collection of his beautiful watches. So what we're going to do is red velvet inside, the same as just that the little box there, and it's a 40 by 20 by 10. So in sizes, I'll show you on this tape here, sorry. So 40 will be you can see that, quite a long box. It will be 20 deep, so it'll be, width will be that, so it'll be that way, so that's the width, and it will be 10 high, which will be that. So it's quite a big box, and I'll get stuck into that. And that will be, I've got timber over there already, so I've just got to cut that up, miter it all. It shouldn't take me all that long, but I'll try and put that on camera as well, and I'll speed it all up. I've got a video going out on YouTube at the moment. It's 3/4 the way done. I'll put this on it, and hopefully just a little bit of a start on the next box. Alright, so that's where we're going. As I say, I won't ramble on. We'll leave it at that, and we'll catch you as we go with the watch box and with one of the other jewellery boxes, the one that I explained that's got the sides, it sits off the ground, and it's got a bevel edge, rounded edges and straight edge. Alright, so there we go, we'll leave it at that, and I'll put this back onto the other video for YouTube, and please feel welcome. You know, I'm free for anybody to actually watch my videos on Facebook. They are public, and it's Paul Lee Page. It's Paul, Paul, and my surname Lee Page, L-E separate P-A-G-E. Alright, okay, thank you very much, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye bye. Okay, another quick update, and we'll leave it for this video on YouTube, and I'll try and get something over on my Facebook, as I've mentioned. Okay, here's the base for the watch box that I'm making, not a jewellery box this time. The jewellery box parts are still over there, all ready to go, but this one's been cut, sanded, and as you can see, placed in the jig. It's all square, so it's glued, so we'll just wait till tomorrow and we'll come back to it, because I give it 24 hours on PVA glue, wood glue, which is the standard PVA what's known in the trade. Alright, so it's, like I said, it's all there, cut, sanded, everything's ready, the base is there. So what we'll do is, all this has been squared, just tacked together, jigged, then we'll cut the bottom to suit. There's two pieces going into the bottom, not one, because as you can see, this is recycled timber. So when I use recycled timber, there are imperfections in the timber, of course, because this timber here would be 40 years old plus, at least. So they're originally fence palings. So it takes a fair bit to get it back to, well, you'll never get it back to 100%, put it that way. You'll get it back to around about 70–80%. You'll get the good wood grain come out of it, because it's a hardwood. So yeah, for people that want jewellery boxes or anything else like that, they're made to look old. That's the whole point. Even if you get a good shine on it and everything else, but they're made to look old. That's the whole idea of my 4 R's: recycle, repair, restore, or resell. So that's the 4 R's. That's what I go by: recycle, repair, restore, resell. And that's it. Alright, so I'll put all this video together, and we'll come back tomorrow, hopefully, and I'll have the base, put that in, and then we'll go to the next stage. Okay, thanks. Please like, subscribe, and love to hear some comments, and we'll catch you very soon. Alright, God bless. Bye bye.